Guys, thank you so much for watching and still watching, hopefully at home. This has been a lot of fun because we get to tell you about the future. We get to celebrate some of the things that are happening. And we're at a point right now with the President's Award that this means a lot to me. When I took the job, I don't think I paid attention that it was the Greater Keene and Peterborough Chamber at first. And I realized, wow, that's a lot of people to be talking to and a lot to embrace. And as I got to walk around and travel parts of the region and meet different people, and luckily because of North Star, and we'll talk about that in the branding Monadnock, I got to see a lot of incredible things that were happening throughout the whole community and how different we were as cities and towns, but just how alike we were and how connected we were. Well, the President Award for me was some way to express that connection. And I didn't have to look too far because the President Award for me, it celebrates and acknowledges people that have community involvement and care. And it could be a small group of people. It could be 1 or 2 or 5 or 10. Well, in this case, I think it's the biggest group of people we could give an award to. Now, I couldn't ask all of them to be on stage, so we'll have to do this a little bit differently. So in the last year, we all know what's been happening, or the last 2 years. But something amazing also happened during that time. Our community stepped up like no other time in history. There was no greater community effort, and there was no division, just hope. What I'm talking about is, let me give you some numbers. There were 30 mobile clinics throughout the region. There were 300 plus volunteers that were going out on almost a daily basis to help with this. In one day alone, 1,400 vaccinations were given out. Over the course of the time that this has started, close to 80,000 vaccinations in total were out there. Now, that just doesn't happen because it happens. It happens because organizations got together to make it happen. Cheshire Medical Center, the Monadnock Community Hospital, and people from Keene, Peterborough, Walpole, and Winchester, and everywhere in between, all through the Monadnock region, came together to do something we needed as a community. And it's really incredible. So when I looked for who I should give the President's Award to, and it's not something I'll be doing every year, but you couldn't not do it this year. Don't know if that's proper English, but it matters, right? You had to do this. So we reached out to the Greater Monadnock Public Health Network, and we're going to give them the President Award. Just watch this.
My name is Tricia Zahn, and I am the director of the Greater Monadnock Public Health Network, and we are responsible for organizing and implementing COVID-19 vaccination clinics around the region.
Lucia Aviles, and I'm a physical therapy assistant who stopped working during COVID.
Alice Dignity, I'm a registered nurse for Dartmouth Hitchcock at Cheshire Medical. I work at the Walpole Clinic.
My name is Carrie Kelly, and I'm the program assistant for the Greater Monadnock Public Health Network.
My name is Richard Buchanan. I live here in Peterborough. I'm retired.
I'm Dale Pollock. I'm here giving vaccinations to prevent COVID.
Nancy Lindberg, physician, retired. I live here in Peterborough.
So in January, I started volunteering at Criff Road.
And I've been part of giving vaccines since March.
We, without a doubt, could not have done this without all our volunteer support. So through the Public Health Network efforts, as soon as we put out the call for support at the beginning of 2020, thinking about hospital surge and alternate care sites, we had hundreds of people step forward.
I am part of this volunteer effort because I really want to be part of the solution.
And I've had the great good fortune to be able to volunteer with a group of really great people to make sure that our neighbors and our friends are protected.
Went to Criff Road, volunteered, and just became immediately sucked in.
I'm doing this because I want to get back to normal.
I'm doing this because I would love for our community to be healthy and safe.
But I do feel that giving these shots, I know I am making a difference. I am keeping people alive.
That if we came together as a real nation and came together with some group solidarity, that we could beat this challenge.
As someone who's born and raised and has built a home and a life in the Monadnock region of New Hampshire, it makes me feel incredibly grateful to be surrounded by all these folks.
The overwhelming majority of people that we're giving the vaccines to now are thrilled.
And I think that's what's keeping all of us going, is we know we're making a difference.
My family's far away, and I want to see them. And it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. And I don't think I've ever been involved with anything that's this much bigger than I am.
And on behalf of the Greater Monadnock Public Health Network, on behalf of 300 plus volunteers, who else could be here to do this, but someone who came to this community like days before this all started and has become part of this community in ways she couldn't even imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, Jane Parrill.
Thank you so much, Luca. It's a huge honor to accept this award on behalf of all of our volunteers from the Greater Monadnock Public Health Network. I've had the amazing opportunity to work with our volunteers in this region, as Luca said, starting from day one, moved in November of 2020 and started vaccinations in December, so less than a month in every region, and I had an incredible opportunity to work with volunteers from the whole entire region. And as Luca mentioned earlier, we had over 300 volunteers who are still going at it today. These volunteers have been an essential part of our success in our mass COVID-19 vaccinations and continue to play a pivotal role in keeping our community safe and with our numerous mobile clinics, school clinics, and our mass vaccination sites. We are a year into our vaccination efforts, and our volunteers have never given up and shown up every day with a smile on their face and a positive attitude, regardless of whether being indoors or outdoors. I want to thank them all so much, and so proud of everybody. Thank you.